gonna be looking to do a car restoration, and hopefully we can find something in the junkyard. So let's see what we can find. Load, goddammit. Oh, don't want that. Do 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 do. I really hope I don't get kicked from broadcast. This is probably gonna be like gonna take me like an hour to find something. Well, not an hour. I mean, I'll spend like 10 minutes looking for some. So, this is my garage. I'm working on a couple customers' cars here. I got one guy I gotta finish. I gotta throw the transmission back in. He had the whole suspension redone, front and rear. I gotta get exhaust for him. And then I have this Dodge Viper that I'm working on. And I still gotta put the engine back together because the engine was completely trashed. I guess the driver drove it without oil, so I had to rebuild his engine. So that's that. So let's go to the junkyard. Come on, stay on my face. Do 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 do. Alright. Let's see. Anything? Nope. I really want to know how that guy squatted down in his game. I saw him do it. I just... No. No. Oh! That's how you do it. Cool. So that's the squat button. Or 3. Alright. Looks like... Alright, so we have a... Looks like we have a Porsche and some kind of, look-alike... I want to say this looks like an Oldsmobile, but, if the cars aren't like a DLC like this one is, they're not going to carry the actual name. Like, for example, this is the Porsche 911 RS America 964. So, looks like the engine's just about all there, but it's obviously missing a couple things. My biggest issue with this, and I might do a video on various cars I have a problem with. The oil filter is sitting here when it should be attached to the engine. Like, why couldn't they have put it on the bottom of the engine? I don't know why. Why is the oil filter there? And so forth. So, it's one of my pet peeves with this. So the engines here, looks like people have stripped down some rockers and lifters. Carburetor's gone, air cleaner's gone. Power driveline's obviously all there, but But yeah. Let's see if there's a third car, because usually there's 3 cars in this journey. Oh, I hate this car. And here's why. Here's my other pet peeve and grievance about certain things. And I get you can't get everything you want. Doors are missing, interiors missing. Alright, so where the headlight sits, like, you see this, like, gray, bit here? Why couldn't they have made that not sit there so you just have this fender? Because realistically, that would not be there. And I get that acts as a spot for a stop, but it looks like a bit of plastic bit got left behind in the software, I guess. So that's just my annoyance with this kind of car. And also on these engines, these 4-cylinder engines, another problem I have is if, and I can't show you now unless I buy the car, but the crank positioning on the block is off-center to, so if you're looking at it from straight on, like the pulley side, the crankshaft sits a little, like an inch to the right, and I believe it's up a hair. So when you're putting pistons in, one of the connecting rods actually goes through the block. And one of my friends who plays this game also, I told him, like, wouldn't that just cause the engine to automatically lock up? Alright, so didn't find anything that time. Gonna bounce back to my garage and then back to junkyard. I'll do this like 3 times, but I'm gonna pick something here. I'm gonna give myself like 5 minutes to do this. So, yeah. But yeah, certain cars, I mean, like, you can tell what's like they use for like an Audi, what they use for like Corvette, what they use, but they name, if it's not a DLC car, it's completely renamed in some goofy name, but you can tell like what they were going for body style wise. So like, for example, this is a DLC car right here. This is the Dodge Viper SRT, because they pretty much had to get permission for that. And this, if I had to guess, this is like a cross between a GMC Denali with the nose, but it's got like a F-150 body. Yeah, I'd say F-150. Yeah, it's like a mix between a GMC and a F-150. So, like, the front end's definitely got a GMC look to it. So, but, it's licensing and all that stuff they gotta go through. Let's try to get this going. Alright, this is gonna be my final attempt. If I don't find anything, I might pull something out of my storage to finish, because I know I got a Maserati that I'm currently working on. I put on new parts just to get the engine running so I could test the suspension and the brakes, because the car didn't run, so I just pretty much threw on the parts that I know would make it run, like the fuel pumps, spark plugs, ignition wires, stuff like that, you know. So I'm gonna try to find something here that's somewhat close to 100%. I don't want to have to, go all out. And usually what you'll find here, like in this case, is cars with almost the entire engine stripped. So I don't necessarily want to buy a car where I have to pretty much rebuild the whole engine. Anything back there? Nope. Let's see here. Ooh, what do we got here? Ooh, we have a Jeep. I've never really worked on it, one of these. I don't know why. But I guess for this case in point, I might consider it. And then we have like some sort of Impala here. I mean, you can definitely tell it is. It's like a cross between a Chevrolet Impala and like a Ford Galaxy, kind of. But I think what I am going to do is I'm gonna end up restoring this Jeep. So, how much do I want for? Okay, $3 grand. Well, $4 grand. And so I think the first thing I gotta do is rebuild the engine, unfortunately. So, alright. Alright. Let's go back to the garage. Alrighty. So. Alright. So, as we're loading here. Alright. Hopefully this is gonna be a quick build. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of tedious when it comes to rebuilding the engine on certain models, because some cars you'll have to put in each individual push rod and rocker arm, which does get tedious. So this one's actually in really bad shape. So it's got the rear bumper, got missing a seat, missing the steering wheel, missing tail lights, it's missing the hood, front bumper's missing, it's missing a headlight, it's got the battery. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna start stripping this down. Alright. So, I'm gonna just strip it down so that full battery. Oh, this one's 4-wheel drive too. Sweet. Radiator. Main thing in the engine I can pull. Wow, it's missing its all the pistons. Yeah, this is gonna be extensive. Alright. Let's see here. Alright, let's move car. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, you know what? Yeah, I'll do that. Hang on. Let's do a little bit of car shuffling here. I'm gonna move you to 2 because you're in progress. And usually I do this, like, I move the cars around because, like, I'll explain why here in a second. So usually when I'm getting ready to, like, do some restore the body, you know, I'll move it to this station. This is kind of like the teardown station. So, I'm gonna actually remove some stuff here, like the fuel tank, rest of the exhaust. Remove that. Remove that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the drivetrain out because I want to keep the wheels on it now because so remove that. Remove the transfer unit. And I kind of wish they had a little more stuff to remove. Like, there are some cases where I feel like on a front wheel drive car, if I have to do some get, like, for example, let's say if I'm doing a clutch job, I shouldn't really be able to just go in, remove the starter, remove the drive axles without removing any of the other suspension components, because I mean, there's certain things that I feel like they could have done a better job on to make it a little more realistic. So, alright, so that's the engine out of the way. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop this down all the way. So we have, yeah. Okay, cool. So, and alright, so this is what I'm going to use to fix the body, and that's what I'm going to use to clean up the interior. So, ew, God, that is a nasty color. Really? It's like a red? Alright, yeah, we're gonna repaint this. And I usually, whenever I do, like, if I'm restoring a car, usually what I'll do is I'll spray the car in like a, almost like a, like, bare metal look. To, like, you know, I guess, from, in my mind, to simulate stripping the paint. Come here. Let's see, I want to spray the car. So, I want to take, hang on, I'm gonna bump this up to 50. Drop this down to 0. So what I'm doing is, I'm kind of giving it that bare metal look. You know, so I can go matte if I wanted to, just like make it look to pure steel. You know, I could go pearl, chameleon, or chrome. But chrome, I'm just gonna go metallic right now. Or, well, flat. Flat maybe to simulate the primer. Alright. So, and the hard thing about this is going to be simulating the army look. I think I can get it to look army-ish. But here's the other thing I wish. I wish the grill any car could be removed, because I would love to see this with just the frame the way it is right now. The frame I love, and I wish you could remove this also. And I wish they would allow you, like, disassemble the interior, like remove the shifters, the gauges, you know, the dash. I really wish they went a little step further. Alright, so now we're coming out of the paint booth. Alright, let me do some car shuffling here. Move to 1. Alright. Alright, I'll move you back over to 3. And you, I will move, and I shouldn't be able to do this, but, so, and then, yeah, it's just floating. Alright, let's, get you back up in the air. And that's another thing, I really wish if you have the wheels off, it should tell you, oh, can't move the cars until you have the wheels back on the car. Okay. So yeah. Alright. So, move car, look to 1. Alrighty. So, let's do the suspension. Okay, so it's drum in the front. So I pretty much have this setup memorized, and that's another annoyance. It's weird. Okay, so it looks like it is drum in the front as well. Alright. Yeah, it's gonna be drum all around. Oh. Alright. See, this should actually be a really simple build. Considering that. Alright, let me see something here. Groups. Alright. Alright. Alright, let me get rid of suspension here. Because I need some extra money. Because the only reason why I'm doing this is because, one, I hate when I mix things up. If I got multiple things going, try to keep everything as organized as possible. Alright, so let's get rid of that, because I'm going to be replacing everything. Alright. M's groups. Alright, so let's see here. Oil filter. I'm gonna just sell all these. Alright. So because I know I need to start building the Jeep engine from scratch, unfortunately, I'm gonna just scroll down to the engine blocks and buy myself a block. And then I'm gonna add it. Okay. So, let me see here. Where are you? Should be in here. So, there it is. That's the one I want. Alright. So, part mount. Alright. We have our block. We have our car. I'll come back to that later. Build the engine. For right now, I'm going to work on the brakes and suspension. So the rear, front. I think this is. It's got a modern day steering rack. Okay. Alright, so let's strip this down completely. Yeah. Now, the other thing I kind of wish is, I wish it would allow you to, like, if you're, say, you're removing suspension components, like, in the real world, you wouldn't just be dropping the springs out like this, because you would need to support the differential inside on the car, you know, and that's where I wish, like, where certain tools you can move to the car, like the welder. So, like, here, where is it? I wish you could take this support and move it up here so that, you know, it'll tell you where on the car you want to move it, and then you just, you know, click use and it just supports that. And then when you're getting ready to drop, you know, or if you want to just drop out this whole unit as a whole, you just undo the shocks, the leaf springs where they're mounted, and drop this whole assembly out as one group. You know, that's what I really wish they had done. But, you know, or you could just take it apart piece by piece. Come on. Drive shaft. And that's the other thing I wish is, that I wish you could remove the cover to get to the internals to then take off the drive shaft, because that's the drive axles are actually locked by C-clips that actually secure them to the spider gears inside the differential. But, you know, I guess, you know, it's, you know, I mean, me personally, if I were designing this game, you know, I would have, like, alright, that's the back ripped out. You know, I would have gone to, like, you know, some mechanics or, you know, some shops and get input on, like, how certain things come off, like here. So this is nice because, like, here I get, you can't take the front drive axle out because you have to remove the springs, the shocks, you know, and, you know, your front knuckles, you know, all the other things tying it to the car. I get that. But, you know, I feel like they could have done a better, gone a little deeper, and, you know, gone up to the, like, designed this so you can take the cover off, take the gears out on the inside. Alright, what's holding me there? That... Really? Okay, that makes no sense at all. Okay, how that comes off doesn't make sense. But yeah, like I said, like, as I, nitpick through different cars in the game, it's like I find some things just, oh, that wouldn't do what it just did in real life, because, you know, this or this would happen realistically. Alrighty, so I think that's everything on this side. Alright, let's go here. Alright, yeah, I shouldn't be able to take that off. Ugh. Alright. Alright. Enough complaining. I have a car to restore. Alright. Let's take you off. Just feel how things are just floating in space. Alright. Still won't. That just bothers me so much. Alright, so that's the entire suspension ripped out. Alright, so I'm gonna have to buy new wheels for this anyway, and new tires, which sucks. Wait. What do... Oh, those go to the truck. That's why. I thought they were for the Viper. Alright, so I'm gonna see if I can repair these rims, because I don't want to buy new ones. So, but as far as suspension goes, I will be buying everything brand new. I'm not going to be trying to rebuild any of this stuff. Okay, sell all this just to get a little cash in my pocket. I will leave the tires alone for now. Alright, brakes, so all that. Alright, so steer bar, okay. So all I have is tires and rims. Alright, let's see if I can repair it. Okay. I lost one. Did I? Yeah. I was able to save two. Alright, so hang on. Alright, I think I'm gonna do the wheels first. Because let's see, Jeep Willys 16 inches. Alright. Go over here to rims. Jeep Willy. Come on. Should be in here. Ah, there it is. I need 16 inches. Yeah. Alright, let me just make sure. Jeep Willy 16, Jeep Willy 16. Good. Alright. So now I can go to these two. Alright. Alright, make 205, 75, 16. 205, 75, 16. 205, 75, 16. 205, 75, 16. 205, 75, 16. 205, 75. Alrighty. So, install. Multitask, multitask, multitask. I think next I'm gonna get the brake parts. Restore the body. I guess I could get the body parts now and then take them over to the paint booth, spray them, and that way I have them on hand. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. Body spot. Alright, cool. Alright.